That John Madden is the most incredible man that I think the game of football has ever seen when you think about it. I mean, he's touched every area. He was here with the explosion of football when he left CBS, came over to Fox, and Jerry Jones in '93 made sure that he came over to the Fox team. That's when the game exploded financially for everybody, the owners and the players.
Boom. Always define his legacy.
Whenever somebody get hits on the video games, like boom. I was too young to really understand he was like commentating, but when he's on the game, like boom,
boom, the ball's there, boom, we cross him, boom, you know, like they do in wrestling, boom.
Like that boom is just like, you just know who said it and you know something big happened. So that was one of my greatest memories of John Madden.
Yeah, it was the video game for me, and like Madden. I played the heck out of Madden up until probably like 2013 or 14. But like 10 years of my life, I pre-ordered Madden, played it. I had the Dynasty.
I was lucky enough to obviously grow up on Coach Madden, and then to be able to play in the league when he was still working was awesome. You know, for me, I'm like, I'll never forget Thanksgiving days, and you know, and him talking about turducken and you know, introducing that to the entire country. You know, funny things like Southampton acting commercials, you know, as a kid, and you know, Little Giants movies, things like that. So obviously he was really, really special in the game of football. He touched it in so many different ways.
The fights after playing the video games, when somebody whoops you, and you know what I'm saying, we still had the cord on the back when Madden came out, that long cord. So I remember taking the cord out and whooping one of my friends because he was cheating.
Oh man, I think it's got to be him sticking his hand in the turducken. You know, just right in the middle of the game on the set. Just stick your hand in there, just grab the turducken, and like that's classic television. That's
My favorite memory is John Madden coming out of the booth for the first time ever into the locker room after the game to shake a player hand. He came down in New York when I hurt my shoulder and shook my hand personally to tell me it was one of the greatest performances he ever witnessed in his entire life.
It's just like crazy to even think about. Like when it hit, I'm like no way. Like Madden, it's just crazy. Like the game, not just like him, but the game has been out for who knows how long. It's like the back of your head, like what is the next game going to be called? Is they going to make it a memorable thing to him, or what he meant to the league? It was just a variety of a lot of things.
I got to meet John Madden and sat on his famous van bus, you know, for a little while and chatted with him. Just you look at him, you don't think, just the sweetest guy you'd ever want to meet. A very considerate, kind gentleman, and I know that football players that he coached literally loved him.
My favorite John Madden memory is me being in Madden. Like, can you imagine? I mean, I've been a football fan my whole entire life, and Madden is the only football game I know. And for me to go get the game and see myself on it, it's just, you know, I don't know how to even explain the emotion about that.
And he's always touched the kids with his Madden. You know, they came to John Madden. With John Madden, the game, they ultimately played, it was 7-on-7. It was supposed to be 7-on-7. John Madden said, no way, I won't do that. I want to teach the kids the right way to play the game. We need all 11-on-11. And he did. And it's the greatest game they've ever invented.
I always think about just the Madden game, you know, just you change the temperature on the game. You want it to be snowy, and you hear John Madden in the background, you know. And he's just an icon and legend, you know, and he's definitely the foundation of the NFL, and sorry that he passed away, but his legacy lives on for sure.
For me, it was those production meetings, because once you saw the Madden Cruiser pull up, it was just something special. You knew it was a big game, so being a part of those production meetings and talking to John Madden, not necessarily talking about the X's and O's, but just talking about football and just talking about everyday things, he just made you feel, you know, like you one of the boys, like you want, you know, one of his friends. And
the voice, I mean, his voice is so distinct and one of those voices that sticks out so well. And you know, obviously, talk about the video game. It's just one of those things that every kid in my neighborhood played Madden, and it was just something that we grew up doing. He was just such an instrumental part in not only the actual game of football, but the video game too, of just bringing so many people around the sport into broadening the sport across the country and the world.
John Madden's commentary was on all those games, and so I heard him, say touchdown, talk about plays, all of his little quirks. I mean, he's a legend, and I mean, he's the guy that put football into the homes of millions, hundreds of millions of people around the world that played this video game. And
my rookie year with the Saints, I got hit in a weird situation. My helmet spun around my head and my helmet was on backwards, but I didn't fall down. So for a second, I was standing looking for a receiver. Like I thought I was blind or dead for a minute, but my helmet was backwards, which it's bad enough. But the reason I bring it up now is because every time I played on an NFL game on a Monday night, John Madden wants to bring that clip out and show his favorite clip of me getting my helmet knocked backwards. So that was one of my memories of John Madden.
I'm just happy for John, actually, because he was able to come, he was able to be here, live his legacy. I believe that so many people was able to show him his appreciation while he was alive. I think that he left a lot. I didn't know him personally, but just looking from the outside in and how people hold him to such high regard, we all have a day where we won't be here anymore. So it's gonna be, how are you gonna enjoy it? How are you gonna be able to experience it? How many people can you touch?
And it was just amazing that he was that much of a part of the game, and we didn't even talk about him coaching. Yep. We didn't talk about the part of him really being in the football, really being in the NFL, and the video game side. So if you say football and John Madden's name doesn't come up, you don't know football.
That's real.